This video is going to be about your brakes. Obviously, before you get in your truck, part of what you should do is, of course, a pre-trip. So I'm doing my pre-trip and stuff, and I noticed, I don't know if I can get y'all to see this, but y'all see right there? Like, that's supposed to be a lot smoother, but you can clearly see that something about these brake lining, these brake shoes, something about the brake lining of the brake shoes is causing warped drums. Like, there's a difference between drums and rotors. Rotors is more of a round, like where brake pads, they grip the rotor to stop. But on these are actual drums. Like, they actually look like a drum to where the shoes sit in like a C shape. So when you push the brake, it pushes out against the drum, and that's how you stop with a drum system. But even on this side, it has the same type of wear. Right in there. So usually if you have to wear either your rotors are warping, or of course in this case your drums are warping, either those brake shoes are defective or they were installed wrong. So a lot of times, especially with like brake pads, sometimes some mechanics get in a rush to put the stuff together. So you're supposed to align the brake pads for them to make contact with the rotor evenly. So if it's not making contact with the rotor evenly, it starts to dig grooves into the rotor to where it causes that. Or the rotors or the drums could have already been warped, and some people, they don't want to pay the money to get the rotor or the drum turned. And when I say turned, there's a machine that has like blades, and the blades, and you have to set it at a certain level for the blades to dig too deep but not too deep, and it'll actually smooth out the drums and the rotor. But you can't turn rotors or drums that's out of spec. So let's just say, I'm gonna just keep on rotors because it's easier. Most people use rotors, especially on automobiles. But let's just say a rotor was supposed to be, I'm just guessing, I could be wrong because I haven't did specs in a while, but let's just say a rotor is supposed to be 1.20. But then when you use your micrometer, and you see a micrometer is like a measurement tool to measure the thickness of a rotor. So when you put the micrometer over of it, and it say it's 1.00 even, that rotor is no good. You can't turn that because there's no space to shave off layers to do that. And that's the same with drums. And you know, drums take a lot more work to turn to get them to smooth out. But if they're under spec, some people just say, you know what, just slap some pads on or just slap the shoes on. I'll get it done next go round. But then when you braking, you're getting a lot of squeals and squeaking or jerking or grabbing. So that to be said, if you're doing your pre-trip and you look inside that drum to see that there's a lot of warp or there's a lot of just deep grooves, and it take it to the shop immediately, because it can cause grabbing. Like when you brake, it'll grab and it won't release right away, so that can cause pulling of the steering wheel possibly, or that can cause just a bunch of unnecessary squealing and squeaks. You just won't have full effective braking like you should. And then also too, it could be something with the material of the brake shoes. So sometimes it can be something to where the brake shoes that you can't see because it's inside the drum, to where it's causing that damage to the drum. So either way, if you see warping or you just see deep grooves like that in your drums on your truck, take that in as soon as possible. So I'm gonna have to write this up on my DVR because I need to take this in to get it looked at. So all right guys, I just thought I'd share that. You know, I'm always trying to share stuff as I learn it, give it to you guys, but I already knew that because I'm a mechanic. But this is my first time seeing warp drums that bad on this truck. So all right guys, I'll check in with y'all later. Deuces.